Starting with our example in journal entries, this is the basic shape of a journal entry. It shows a date, each transaction has its date, a number, it should be unique. For every journal entry, there should be a number and they must be in sequence. Like journal entry number 1, 2, 3, 5, there is a problem because we can't find 4. A 4 is not here, we have to investigate because maybe someone manipulate it or erase it, and that's a problem in accounting world. Also, it shows the debit. Here we're gonna write the name of the account, and here we're gonna write the number of the account, and here is the total. As we say, the total should be the same. For simplicity, we put all dates January 1st and numbers in sequence, and we write down the description that we put. Also to remember that for every transaction, there should have be a piece of paper that show what's happened, vouchers, bills, other thing. We have to make it added to the journal entry, so we're gonna know that what we do is correct and not stealing or taking anything from the company. The first question, the owner started the business by investing $12,000 in cash. The two accounts that get effects, cash, which is asset, increase, so we're gonna debit it. Equity in owner investing also increase, which is liability, so we're gonna credit it. So the debit account is cash, credit account is capital, 12,000 in debit and 12,000 in credit. In this case, the asset account increase by increasing cash, and the equity account. Starting with our example, and the first step in accounting cycle is the journal entries. This is the basic shape of a journal entry. It shows the date, the transaction that's happened, a unique number for every journal entry, and descriptions for what the journal entry was made for. To notice that each journal entry have its own number, it should be in sequence, and no one erase any journal entries, because if someone manipulates the information or erase a journal entry, this is not allowed in accounting world, and it makes a problem. Maybe someone doing something not good and erasing one of the journal entries. So when we check, we're gonna see each journal entry have a sequence number. Starting with the first journal entry. The owner started a business by investing $12,000 in cash. First, for simplicity, we put the date and the number and the description, so we're gonna short this video for you. The two accounts that get affected by this is cash, which is asset, and increase we debited, and capital, which is equity account, and increase also we gonna credit it because it's have normal credit balance. So in debit we write cash and credit capital, and for the debit 12,000, for credit 12,000. As you see, it's balanced, and always each journal entry should be balanced. The assets increased by cash, so we debited, and the equity increase by capital, so we credited. The second one, the owner started the business by investing 12,000 in a bank, the same as this one, because what it's affected is current assets in bank and capital in investing the money. So here instead of cash, we're gonna write bank, here capital, 12,000, 12,000. Also the asset increase by bank, so we debited, and the equity increase by capital, so we credited. For number 3, purchase inventory for 3,500 in cash. The two accounts that get affected, purchase, which is normal debit balance, so when it increase we debited, cash current assets, it's decrease, so we credit it. The asset when it's decrease get in credits. So in debit we write purchase, and in credit we write cash. When we buy we expense, so expenses account increase by debit, and the asset account decrease by credit. Number 4, purchase inventory on credit for 4,800 from a supplier. Here the account was increase purchase like the one above it, and the account also increase in a credit is called account payable. Account payable is money the business owes to supplier. It happens because we bought goods or service on credit. So we buy and not paying now, so we add it to account payable accounts. Here, purchase, increase, and account payable also increase by 4,800, 4,800. Also see it's balanced as it should always be. For this one, sorry, I forgot to write the amount. Here also expenses increase, so we debited, and the account payable, which is liability account, also increase, so we credited. Number 5, paid 2,000 to a supplier using the bank account. Here the two accounts that be affected will decrease. The first one is account payable, because we pay 2,000 from the 4,800 we buy, and the bank also will decrease because we pay through it. So here account payable, and here bank. The amount 2,000, 2,000. Now liability decrease, so we debited, and assets decrease, so we credited. Number 6, purchase office equipment for 3,200 paid by bank. The equipment is a long-lived assets, so it's non-current assets. We're gonna use it for more than 1 year to run our business. It's increase, so we debited, and the bank account decrease because we pay from it, so we credit it. So in debit, equipment, and a credit, bank, and 3,200, 3,200. The two account effects is both assets. One effect by increase, we debited, and the other effect by decrease, so we credited. Number 7, paid office rent 1,500 in cash. The two account effect, expenses increase, so we debited, and the cash decrease, so we credited. So office rent increase and cash decrease, 1,500, 1,500. The expenses account increase, so we debited, and the asset account decrease, so we credited. Number 8 and 9 the same as number 7, but with different accounts, so we're gonna go and do it directly here. Number 10, sold goods for 7,000 in cash. The two accounts that get affected: cash, which is debit and it's increased, so we debited. We sell, get income, it's a credit account, increase, so we credited. So here cash, here sales. 7,000, 7,000. The cash increase, asset increase, so we debit, and the income also increase, and it's a credit balance, so we credited. 11, the business withdraw 2,500 from the bank account and keep it as cash on hand. Both accounts affected is assets. The bank decrease and the cash increase. So in a debit we put cash, and a credit bank 2,500, 2,500. Also it's balanced as it always should be. The assets increase by cash, so we debited, and also asset decrease by bank, so we credited. Number 12 and the last one, sold goods to a customer on credit for 6,300. Here the account get an increase called account receivable, and also our selling increase, so we're gonna credit it. Account receivable is money customer owes to the business. It happened when we sold goods on credit. It's the opposite of account payable. See now, when we purchase and don't pay directly, it's account payable. Now, when we sell and we didn't get the money directly, it's account receivable. And it's asset account, so when it's an increase, it's debit, and selling is credit account, also increase, so we credit it. 6,300, 6,300. The asset account increase by account receivable, so we debited, and the income account credit balance also increase, so we credited. That's the end of this lesson. In the next lesson we're gonna move to the general ledger, talk about it, and finish our example to see how transaction flew through the accounting cycle.